What's up, Headless Horde? How about that episode? Mr. Milky, you weren't kidding, dude. And we lost some people today. We lost more dragons than people, though, really.
As Littlefinger would say, I told you not to trust me. Oh, bro. Just
crazy.
Yeah, just want to put a prayer out there and a tear to the dragons that we lost this episode and the characters that we lost. I knew it was coming. It was kind of teased a little bit on social media over the last 48 hours, and it's really bugged me. I've been seeing posts of Rhaenys in like montages. I've even made my own montage that I'll be sharing tomorrow, and all these kind of things. And it's been kind of annoying me because I'm like, just give people a chance to experience it. Because, when you go on Instagram on a Sunday morning and you see Rhaenys like supercuts, you already know in your heart we're losing Rhaenys tonight. And it's like, so a lot of people were prepared for it. I think you were kind of already prepared for it. And it still hit me hard. I was crying, bro.
It does suck, dude, because like I said, just doing research on one of my other videos I had made, I think the one with the dragons actually, and I had seen what happened with Aegon. I was so mad about it. And, I don't know. I guess I didn't really think it was going to happen today with him, just because of the fact, like, at first we finally get to see Sunfire, who was awesome. That was but again, I mean, the Sunfire is so small, and what's really going to be interesting is what is going to happen now with the Blacks, because they just lost their biggest dragon, who compared to Vhagar wasn't even very big. Because I mean,
you're forgetting, my friend. But let's say hi to chat, and I'll remind you of a dragon that's bigger that you're forgetting. But let's say hi to the chat. Hey,
Vermithor. Yes,
well done, bro. Well done. Vermithor is a big dragon.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? What's up, Blaze? What's up, Umpty? Popman?
Intro. Love it,
Charles.
Bro.
What else we got? Johnny, what's going on, brother? Yeah, I mean, it's hard because, like, I just feel like we never actually got I just feel like the potential of Rhaenys was so good, and I just feel like we never got the character she should have been or could have been. I guess that's my only negative thing to say.
So painful. She was the queen that never was, and she fought and died on that sword. That's why it's so painful. Now I think you'll have more of appreciation for Rhaenys when you rewatch the season, because now you know she dies. I think that you might have been thinking, okay, I won't pay too much attention to her because, she's the wife of Corlys, who is, the leader of that house, and then Rhaenyra is on the leader of this house, and she was always overlooked. So it's like you can kind of push her to the side a little bit because you don't expect. But especially this season, everything she says has been very, very important.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think she's probably a top, I don't know, 3 to 5 character for me, and I just feel like it still never was. I guess she just never was as good as I wanted her to be, even though she was very good. Maybe screen time was an issue, because I just feel like, I mean, she was definitely in season 2 a little bit more. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that Rhaenyra was like absent for so much.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe would say she's had more screen time than Rhaenyra, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, in this season probably. So, I guess what I'm curious to see now is, how is Rhaenyra going to react to this? Because she originally wanted to go herself. We obviously knew she was not going to send Jace. So it'll be interesting.
Parallels,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how she reacts to this and everything else. One part I did like in the episode, I liked the little I don't want to call it a montage, but it kind of was, when she was explaining to Jace about a Song of Ice and Fire. Although she didn't really, I don't think she really dug deep into it. But she definitely mentioned it to him, and then we kind of see what's happening too with this oncoming war or whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, it's too bad. And I like Meleys, man. I mean, Meleys was like one of my favorite dragons, and again, we kind of already knew that this was going to happen and everything. But yeah,
that's why I have my dragons here with me on the live, bro. I thought I wanted to hold them close. I needed to have them close to me because we lost some very, very important dragons.
Yeah, we did.
Sunfire in the book. I'm going to do a video on Sunfire because I do feel like we didn't get enough in the show of Sunfire. And although you don't get that much more in the book, it's explained his look and his majesticness and just so much better. So yeah. But yeah, it really doesn't do much. Aegon just flies to war, and look, the parallels. Rhaenyra is told by her people no, because you will be killed, and Aegon is freely able to just do it, and no one stops him. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting to see. I mean, I guess I wish we got more Sunfire. Like they never even showed Aegon on that on the dragon. It's I don't know. It's just I don't know how I felt about that death, because I'm kind of like, okay, well, we just saw him for like 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just I feel like maybe if they would have had something early, maybe even last episode when he got all dressed up, maybe we actually get. And I get it, man. I understand that the budget for these dragons is insane, and I understand. Like, that's why we have the last 15 minutes of this episode is so great. I mean, I can imagine how much money it cost to do, to make this episode. But I guess it just would have been nice to see maybe Sunfire with Aegon, just to kind of make you feel something for it. And I don't know how people in the chat feel about what happened to Aegon. Apparently he's not dead, because if you watch the previews for next week, Alicent is asking if he's still alive. So how are you guys feeling in the chat about that? Do you guys want him to die, or do you guys want him to live, or how you feel about that? So let us know in the comments. I mean, Ryan, what do you? I mean, I know you know the story, but like, how do you feel? Like,
I feel like Aegon's always a pretender.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, this episode definitely shows what an idiot he is. I mean, he really is an idiot. He doesn't even know what's going on, And I still, it kind of stinks, because if I think I know what happens to Aegon if they hold true to the book. So I don't know if we're ever going to get that Aegon versus Aemon thing I thought was going to happen, because I did not think this was going to happen this episode.
Okay.
With
Aegon. I've been telling you, episode 4 was a big one.
Yeah.
And I knew it was going to be, Rhaenys dying. I knew Meleys was going to die, but I also knew about Aegon. It literally played pretty true to the book. I'll take you off if you want to talk. They pretty much played to the book. It was very, very good. Yeah, I didn't see many difference. Obviously, with Rhaenyra explaining where she was and all that, that's a little bit different. Like the dynamic with Jace and having the fight back. Obviously, in the book, she never went to King's Landing. So I know we were talking before we went live. So you don't think Baela? Because I thought it was Baela that caused Aegon to fall like that. And you don't think it was? I don't remember it was. No, as far as I remember in the book, it was Rhaenys. I think Baela just went back and forth on scout duty.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe,
Rhaenys. I'm sure Rhaenys. It was Rhaenys, because then Aegon. Then
you see, I don't even want to Google it, because I don't want to get
then Vhagar turned up. Yeah, because then Vhagar turned up, and I like what Fidel put on Facebook. I don't know if I can. Where is it? Fidel goes, Aemond wants that crown. He'll burn his own brother to get it.
So was he aiming at his brother?
Well, he knew his brother was there, and he said Dracarys anyway. So yeah,
but he was also aiming at Meleys too.
Yeah, but if you take out one and take out your brother, you then become king. Obviously, it's a good move. It's a checkmate move, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we even see at the end he's got the drawn sword. Like, I think he was going to put Aegon out of his misery.
Oh, and then Criston Cole stopped him.
And then Criston Cole caught him, and he put it back.
Interesting. I guess I didn't think of it that way.
Picked up the dagger of prophecy, which is what the king holds, and he walked away with the dagger. Like, he must now be thinking in his head, I'm going to take control of this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense now at the end scene. Okay. Because that makes a lot more sense. So Aemon just wants to kill him. Yeah, you're right. Because Aemon thinks he's an incompetent fool, obviously.
Well, he says that, doesn't he? He looked up in the sky and he says, fool, hey, Vhagar, not now, calm down. Because he was about to go and help. And he was like, okay, I don't need to help because now a second dragon's come. So, like, that's the surprise that they're expecting. I'm going to be the extra surprise, which was so good. Vhagar hiding in the woods like that. I was like, what's going on? This is like Blue from Jurassic Park with the raptors.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was kind of funny because then he puts his head back down. I'm like, oh, look, it's like Mandy trying to go back to bed.
Umpty says, I wasn't sure who was going to die during the first battle, but I kind of figured it out.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as they sent Rhaenys there, I kind of figured, and it's funny too how all those Funko Pops dropped on Amazon today too. The Rhaenys with Maylee's pop dropped.
Did you not know that's why that one was being released? Did you not click on to why?
Well, I mean, I had a feeling, but I was like, I went going into this episode. I had no idea what was going to happen. I knew someone was going to die. I figured a dragon would die. I didn't know who until Rhaenyra sent her, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, I figured right away. And then,
so you knew going into that battle that was Rhaenys gun. You didn't think that she would win against Cole and Vhagar.
Nah, I
mean, at the time you didn't think Vhagar was going to even be there.
Well, right. I mean, once you see what's going on, like when you see Aegon and when you see, dude, as soon as you see Vhagar, like you knew, and I'm like, well, they're not going to kill Aemond and Aegon. I already knew kind of what happened to him.
Bye, Blaze.
Yeah, I don't know. I did kind of figure. I mean, even Lady Stoneheart over there, she's like, well, she's gonna die.
Well, we're used to it, aren't we? I guess we know what's coming.
Yeah, I mean,
we knew, like you knew last week. It was all a setup episode for today's, which was going to be a big builder.
Well, it's funny because like I was probably more shocked on Blood and Cheese getting murdered than Rhaenys today. Honestly, I was probably more shocked because I thought they were going to be a bigger part of the show, and when they were both dead in that episode, I'm like, oh, okay,
wow,
or episode 2 or whatever it was, yeah. Because I knew she wasn't going to make it, and I knew they were going to kill somebody. I was kind of hoping that G. Wayne would die, but I figured it was a little too early for him.
He was the smart one, bro. He was smart.
Yeah.
Like, let's go at nighttime, which I was hoping they did because I wanted to see it. I think it was a genuine dig at Game of Thrones. Like, no, we're going to fight during the day so you can all see it. But I also like to see Dragonfire at night. It's like fireworks during the day don't work, and that's why they work at night because of the spectacle of it. And although that this fight wasn't very much fire, I liked that aspect of this. Like there was very, very purposeful attacks by the dragons to wound other dragons with like slashes and bites and all that. That was one of my favorite things.
Vhagar got dug in pretty good there.
Yeah.
Dude, I like when he's coming down on the ground and he's like licking like his blood, and his blood just melts that one dude.
And it looked like it was acid, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe try to pull that scene up. That was a pretty cool scene.
Me selling for Fortnite. Welcome says, what's Fortnite? It's a fake game, just like dragons are fake. But dragons have emotions, and games can just be switched off by the power of a button.
Yeah, it's hard to. I'm kind of at the scene, but it's hard to like. Yeah, and like, dude, she locks herself on. Oh, this is a good shot right here. Like right here, I'm like, oh yeah, bye bye. Like you just knew. Oh man, let me share that with you guys. That's a good shot right there, though. Look at the difference in size, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, and this is what I like, that we got shots from the people below. Like this battle on the ground isn't really much to talk about because it all happens in the air, and it is so well shot.
Yeah, and they're not even really fighting anybody. They're just these guys are shooting arrows off the top. They're not even like. They're not really in hand-to-hand combat. At least I mean, maybe a little bit, but nothing. Yeah.
They were just trying to take Rook's Rest, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the big battle you've been talking about. I know you've mentioned
the Battle of Rook's Rest, yeah.
Quite a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a major one. Like I said, we had the Battle at the Burning Mill, which starts the war, and then we have the Battle of Rook's Rest. And it doesn't stop, bro. There's a couple more battles to go. Each episode, I'm expecting another battle. Like it's pretty bloody, and it's been said that when the war with dragons, people die, millions of people die. So good. Rhaenys is such. I can't wait to one day meet Eve Best and thank her for her performance.
There it is, right there.
Good.
That's when he slices. I just missed it. It's back there though.
And what I absolutely loved as well, the symbolicness of Aegon having no fucking clue about his histories. Like, he's a Targaryen. He's fireproof. And he gets scared of fire coming at him from Aegon.
Yeah.
He's fireproof.
Yeah. So I have a question about that, because I was wondering. So is it because Laena isn't 100% Targaryen? Is that why she's not fireproof?
Who? Rhaenys?
Laena. No, Lena. When Vhagar kills her in the season 1.
Well, I think she asked to be killed like that.
Right, but
I think if Dany asked her to die like that, I think Dany would have burned as well. Like, I think if you hot enough flame would burn you, but just normal, I think is fine.
Oh, so you think it's because of the dragon flame can still? Well, the dragon flame's all over Aegon. I mean, I guess. Well,
it's like a certain burst, though, isn't it? You know, like when you know what I mean. Like, I think that Vhagar would have specifically had a stronger strength of fire to kill her.
Okay, I guess because I was always wondering that. I didn't know. Maybe.
And I guess maybe you're saying because she was Valyrian as well.
Yeah, because she was part Valyrian. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. But then I guess Aegon technically is part Hightower. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know how the whole thing works. And Rhaenys, well, so that's
Rhaenys is Baratheon.
Baratheon. So I don't even know how it works now. It's a good video, but again, it's hard because I would like to make a video on that, trying to explain that, but like I'm just so.
As far as I was aware, the Targaryens are fireproof, so Rhaenys wouldn't be. But
Rhaenys is still Targaryen.
Yeah.
She's Targaryen and Baratheon.
Yeah, that's a good one to look into.
Yeah, I don't know. And it might be something. It might be something better to make after the season's over because, again, I just don't want to.
We'll see other people dying, in fire. And
stuff. I feel like the spoilers I knew are all basically done. So I'm kind of going in the second half of the season now with really not knowing anything. So,
good.
Yeah.
Because you've held off so well with the book knowledge. Because if you knew what you were going to know already, I would have told you to read to this point. I'd have said just listen to Rook's Rest and then stop. Because you already knew the spoiler going in, so it's like, okay, fair enough. But I think you would have had more detail coming in. But the fights were so good. All right, Thanks. Gents, just subscribe to the channel and got an early morning tomorrow, so I'll catch the rest tomorrow. Nice.
All right, brother. Thank you. What's up, Kenneth? How you doing, man?
Hey, Fidel. Good to see you, bro. Just said about your post that you posted saying Aemond wants it that bad that he would kill his own brother. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Remember he said in season 1, if they came looking for me, I wouldn't be hard to find.
I don't know. We don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out. I'm just afraid to look it up because I don't want to.
Just 100% Targaryen. Okay.
I think he's asking us though because he has a question mark. I really don't know. I mean, Aegon does look. I mean, here. Let's go to the end of the episode really quick.
But then,
Aegon does look. He's pretty burnt up. See, this is where I love that after show because they might explain this a little bit.
I'm trying to think whether Jon Snow was fireproof.
Jon, well, he's only half.
Again, he is only half, but I think he was fireproof, was he not? I know he was hiding behind the stupid rock.
I mean, if you take a look at him, just missed it. It's hard without having a plate, you know.
I have some book scenes as well. I have some book photos that I'll be able to show tomorrow with that exact scene with the dead dragon and Aegon lying there.
So if I stop at that, you gotta be kidding me, dude! Literally a second. So 12:34, I need. It's so hard. I'm right there again.
What you saying, please?
12:30, right there. So I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Obviously, you can't tell. I mean, he looks charred up a little bit, but it could just be because that's what the fire does to their skin. Because even Dany had that kind of skin. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting though. There'll be an interesting video to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll kind of go through the episode here. We're not gonna spend a ton of times. I know you're doing a full breakdown tomorrow, so. But we open up with the scene again. We get Millie Alcock back again. This time she gets her head cut off, and then she starts talking, which is funny. So basically, I think this is you were kind of talking about this. Just want you to tell the chat what your take on this opening scene is.
Daemon coming to Harrenhal isn't just Daemon claiming a castle. This is Daemon facing his demons from his past and everything that he's had to do and deal with, and he has to face it face on pretty much. And we even hear a question from Alice Rivers in this episode of her asking him, I bet you're proud that your wife's succession is in question, and he doesn't answer. That's because he already answered that in the very first scene of this episode when he chops off the head of Rhaenyra. That's his true intentions. That you know, well, I think what we're seeing in the visions are his true intentions of how things could have been different. And yeah, it's very interesting. So pay very much attention to every scene that Daemon is in going forward, because it could be real or it could be a dream. So be very, very careful.
It's really odd. I don't. You don't even have to tell me. I just hope, like, I understand it's haunted. I get all that, but I want to know how much of this is actually Alice Rivers compared to actually being Harrenhal haunted. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's a bit of both mixed in. Harrenhal is actually and genuinely is haunted. The blood of the men that built it was seeped into the stones of the foundation when it was built. It is very, very, very haunted. And so is Alice Rivers. She's a witch.
And he does call her a witch in the episode at one point.
Yeah. Well, she's doing concoctions at the fire with weird stuff. She's making potions, and she's Scottish, mate. Oh, fantastic. Love the accent. It gives so much more of a realness and a regal, sincere and serious tone to acting when you have the Scottish accent. I love it. So good. And you're in a castle, and yeah, it just makes sense. It fits. Did you like the accent of it? Did you like her accent?
Yeah. It's kind of the same. I just want more now. Like, I just hope it's not a character that we like lose at the end of the season or beginning of season 3, and we don't get that character development. Again, I think they did a really good job with Rhaenys. I just personally wanted her in the show more because I thought she was one of the strongest characters. I'm curious too to see what how Corlys is going to react to this too.
Well, yeah. I was gonna before we get on to Corlys, you will see more of Alice Rivers. I'll give you that. You will see more. There is more to tell. Yeah.
And then Daemon is. But go ahead. I was
going to say Corlys. You want to go into Corlys then?
Well, I mean, I'm just curious to see what his reaction to this is going to be.
Interesting.
Because I thought they had a really good conversation last episode, and now you can kind of see the foreshadowing, obviously, with that conversation with what happens here, and then then also when we'll get to it here in a minute, but when I scroll through, but she meets Alan, and I think she knows right away, and I think she knows that is his son. Now I don't know who the mother is. I don't know if we find out or not, but
doesn't matter.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Doesn't matter who the mother is, does it really? He's a bastard Valerian. He's technically able to take the throne and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's and I love the way that they word comely. I love that they use the word comely in this show. Like, it's a very dirty word to use. It's very comely, and I love it. It was very, very funny and very, very good that she looks at him, Sir Alan, and obviously because she's so in love with Corlys, she can see how much of a handsome man he has become, i.e. Alan, because of who his father is, and she relays that into him. And it's like she gives him the acknowledgement that she knows as well without saying it. And then she says to Corlys, I know, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Yeah. But it was laying the foundations, because obviously I knew Rhaenys was going. So I was like, okay, she's had the final conversation with Corlys. Corlys has now got the understanding and the acceptance from her before her death that she knew about it and it wasn't a secret. So now he can go forward with plans with the boys.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all building foundations.
This is a good point, and this is kind of where we're going right now, actually, Fidelis. That's you're exactly right on that. So he's talking to this is Oscar, right? Oscar Tully.
Yep.
So Oscar Tully, his grandfather, is the one who kind of runs and all that. Yeah, Oliver, or is it Oliver?
Grover Tully.
Grover. I'm sorry, Grover. You're right, Grover. Yeah, Oscar and Grover from Sesame Street, right? I know there was something with George R. R. Martin that he really likes Sesame Street, so he named those character names. So just a little tidbit. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, so he's funny. This scene's great because he's basically telling him, he's like, well, I need your army. He's like, well, my grandfather can't really talk right now and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, well, we could end it by you. Why don't you just take a pillow to him or something like that? He says it's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny scene.
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it.
Damon using his superiority and his intimidation. Yeah, very, very good. The boy was stuttering when he first met him. Hello, Lord. He
was probably more nervous because he was talking to Matt Smith, but
probably, yeah. I was like that, bro. I nearly cried when my ticket was denied.
There's also a end of the show, a small bit after the credits too. Pretty sure you knew that, but I already watched it, and we'll watch. There's also a show bit after the credits. I'm not sure what part you're talking about, Umpty. Are you talking about Aegon? About Aegon being alive? Do you know? I'm not sure what he means.
Let me read that comment. Sorry, I was messaging somebody. There is also an end of the show small bit after the credits too. Pretty sure you knew that, but I already watched it and will watch the behind the scenes shortly. That's what he's saying. Yeah, there was a tiny bit about next week, and then there was.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
I haven't seen the behind the scenes yet. I'll watch that after this.
Yeah. This is the scene we were just talking about. Before she goes, and then we get the scene with Alicent. And I think. And I think it was last week, maybe. I think it was last week that you had said something about her always holding her stomach.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know who it was. There was an argument out there in the world as to who said it. I think it was Jeremy, but it could have been Mitchie. But they came out and said that she was pregnant, and I was like, "What? Really? No way!" But yeah. She's taking the Plan B tea, so she is.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
I don't know if she is or if it's just a precaution to make sure you're not.
It could be, it could be either one. It could be either or. Yeah, that's a good point. But I mean, because she was holding a lot.
It's not a baby right now. It's an egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Great question. Great one, bro. He said that wasn't Alice Rivers, bro. That was a barn owl in human form.
A barn owl, yeah, that was funny. That was a good line too.
Straight from the book.
Do you find that this scene was like, unless there's again, maybe something I don't, but I thought the scene was odd for me just because why was this important? Unless it plays a role down the line. I was kind of like, okay, so who really cares? Like, why did they include this? Is there a reason?
Would you not think that Alicent and her experience with childbirth has brought her nothing but pain for her and her whole family?
Yeah, but I guess I'm just
why would she want to put herself through that again and maybe have to do it all over again?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think she's just
I was just trying to figure out
what's going on.
I was just trying to figure out why did they even do this? Like, why did they even make her pregnant? Like, why? Is to show what? Like, what are they trying to show with this by doing this? I guess that's what I was trying to figure out. I didn't know if there was going to be a deeper meaning down the line with this or not. But again, you don't have to say anything about it because I don't,
I think she's hiding the secrecy that obviously the child is out of wedlock and it's Cole's and it's against the rules and maybe she's protecting Cole.
Okay. I guess I'm just curious to see if this ever comes back up or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah,
I think the tea has been a long-running thing through the show. I think it may continue.
That's like the third time we've seen it.
Yeah.
Actually, the fourth time we've seen it. Because doesn't...
Rhaenyra gets given it the first time.
Yeah, no, Rhaenyra, and then Alicent gives it to
Aegon's
girl. And now this one, yeah. This scene, I mean, this might have been, I mean, the dragon stuff was awesome. Actually, that's not even the scene I'm thinking about. I'm sorry. I was thinking this is the small council. So this is before Rhaenyra gets there and they're just all arguing about it. Corlys comes in and then Rhaenyra comes back and
I love the dynamic. Did you see the dynamic change?
Yeah, it is funny, dude. And you know what's also really good about this scene is that when she comes back and she's like, I want the King's Landing. Dude, I thought it was great. Like, I can do whatever I want. I'm the queen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it just shows. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, would you? I mean, obviously, it's a story, and we're going through with what the story said. But do you think that she should have won herself, or do you think she made the right decision by sending Rhaenys? I mean, we saw what happened to
She
Aegon.
made the right decision by sending Rhaenys. That's what the
Yeah.
whole point of having people fight for your side. You don't go and fight the fight yourself as queen, because Jace is correct. If you die, who's everyone else fighting for? Like, yeah, I become the next in line, but this isn't my ward. Like, I was brought into this thing, you know?
So why do you think that? So we see that Kristen Cole and
Dwayne.
oh my gosh,
Dwayne.
no, Kristen Cole and Aemond, they have this big grand plan. Why did they think that they would send a dragon there? Like, what? Like, just because they don't want them to take that area, or like, why do you think? I mean,
Because it's next to Harrenhal, and they thought they protected Daemon.
You thought they were?
Yeah,
you think
it was Cole tricking Daemon.
So you thought they were gonna? So Cole thought that Daemon would have came.
Cole knew that Daemon would have been at Harrenhal.
Right, so he thought that Daemon was going to come, and they were going to.
Well, of course, yeah, and his dragon is there, and he knew that there'd be a dragon. I think his target was for Cole, and then Cole's target was Daemon event to start, and then he switched it to trick them all, because Rook's Rest is literally just next to it, and then that's why you see it depicted in the map when she takes Rook's Rest off the map, and she's thinking, "I've been tricked here," and then that's when she goes, "Okay, they want to play games. Let's go play games."
Okay,
so
their main idea was to try to get Daemon there by himself. Okay.
Yeah, it was to get Daemon.
Because it was definitely not to get Rhaenys. They probably didn't even know why she showed up, to be honest with you, you know. But it's because Rhaenyra figured it out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That makes sense.
I like the dynamic. Just before we move on from here, but
yeah,
none of the people at the council were listening to Rhaenys at all. They were like, "Who are we to listen to you, the queen that never was," and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Corlys walks in, and it's all like, "Hello, my lord. Hello, my lord," and he had one of the greatest lines in this. I think it was just on screen a minute ago, but it was very Viserys-like. It was very, very Viserys-like, the quote. Yeah, but to grouse and claw for power.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And did you catch later in the episode as well? I think Aemon says lickspittles in High Valyrian.
Oh, I think that's the next scene.
He says lickspittles, which is obviously from Viserys. So he says, "I do not sit here and bow by your lickspittles."
So yeah, that's here.
A bait and switch for Cole and Aemond. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a bait and switch.
Yeah. Well, we see that Cole. We see Cole. The scene before this, Cole just he's basically
arrives at Rest. Yeah.
Yeah, and he kills anybody who doesn't want to bend the knee to Aegon. So, this scene, I think
Lord Darkland.
Yeah, yep. This scene, I think, really, this beside the dragons, I think this is my favorite scene. I thought it was great. Aegon is just sitting in there and just basically taking it, and then Aemon just starts speaking High Valyrian to him, and it's like, dude, he doesn't even know what to do. Like, I thought he was going to start crying.
Okay, so I took it as
I almost feel bad for Aegon to a point.
I took it that Aegon didn't understand a single word that Aemon said to him. And I also took it that Aegon doesn't know how to speak High Valyrian. That's why he was I would like to war. And that was it. He couldn't string a sentence together in High Valyrian. So I don't think he even knows how to listen to it or speak it. And he just said what he said to try and keep face, because his brother had absolutely showed him up to be an embarrassment in front of all his people. Aegon threw away all the history books, didn't care about Viserys, doesn't know about the art, he's a pretender. And I don't think he ever knew about High Valyrian. We get High Valyrian in subtitles, so we as the viewer can understand what's being said, but I genuinely don't think he does. Because all he replies is, "We go to war." That wasn't a coherent reply to what Aegon was saying, to what Aemond was saying.
So you don't think he understood? See, I thought he didn't understand it.
Okay,
well, that's interesting, because you're right. I mean, I guess if you go with what Aegon says, yeah, because here's Aemon. Then he's asking.
And he was drunk. Yeah, he'd been drinking all day.
Yeah. I'm just waiting. There you go. It says, do you have a wiser strategy? After he explains everything. And this is his response then, right? He's saying, if you do, tell your council. Try not to. I think that this is, you're right. This is what he says. It's split into two scenes, unfortunately.
You literally can't. It's not a coherent sentence.
Yeah. It's hard to stop it right where I want to, but yeah, that's a good point.
To
So
me,
maybe
Aegon is a pretender king, and everything is fake.
sure.
So he doesn't know about High Valyrian. He doesn't know about the histories because he threw away all the books. He didn't want to be king, bro. Alicent threw him into this position.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because after the scene, we see Alicent and Aegon talking, and he's like, it's like he knows that he has the power because he's the king. He's like, oh, you better watch your tongue. And then when she goes, wait, what are you gonna do? you're gonna banish me away like Otto? I don't think she says kill, but maybe she does. Like, I can't remember now, but it's interesting, and I think Alicent knows she's made a huge mistake here.
Yeah.
And
that's why you see her reading history books.
Yep. And I don't know why she doesn't just speak up. But I guess what are you going to do at that point when you got this kid that doesn't know what he's doing? He just wants power.
It's too late to speak up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had her chance last week, actually. So,
yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to kind of fast forward, go through. And there's a conversation between Alicent and Larys. And we get more. Oh, here's the Daemon and Alice.
No,
so
who is this? Eye patch. That's Daemon, bro, with an eye patch.
So why does Daemon have an eye patch? He's just thinking of Aemon. Is that why?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. But this is our Alice Rivers scene then.
And she explains why he's seen visions because when Harrenhal was erected and when it was made, all the weirwood trees that were in its place were taken down, and the furniture and stuff inside the castle was built with the weirwood trees. And Daemon's bed itself is made from a heart weirwood tree, so they are very close with dreams and prophecies, and with the children of the night and all that kind of stuff. With the faceless, with the face on the trees and all that, it all connects. So yeah, he's having nightmares. Fidel thinks he was just drunk off his ass. Do you understand? Okay.
Maybe a combination of both, right?
He was drunk. You can see that.
Oh yeah.
The foreshadowing, though. Did you see the foreshadowing in this episode? Very early on, Alicent drops a dragon, and it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aegon, just before he goes on his dragon, he has a gold flask on the table, and he knocks it off, and it's shattered into pieces. That literally foreshadowed his exact scene later in the episode. They were so good at it.
Yeah, that dragon thing was pretty early on.
Very early on, yeah. She's playing around with it, and she drops
right there. And there it is cracked. Yeah, there is cracked dragon. Right. Yep. And then the flask comes after he talks to her. I think it's later on.
Yeah, it's when he's leaving. Yeah. I hated the whole point when Maelys goes. My heart was in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's after they're talking here. And then this is the whole setup then, because this guy is just clueless because Cole and Aemon have been, they've been obviously planned this entire thing out. And, this dude he's like, oh, second night. And he's just clueless, G Wayne over here. I don't like this character at all, dude. I want him to get burned today.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of him right now.
I like him. I like him in this episode.
You liked him in this? Why? Like, he doesn't do anything.
He was smart. He was strategic. He thought about the dragons. He was angry with Cole for doing what he did. And all this. I thought from last week he was dumb because he wanted to ride ahead of Cole. This week he was smart by wanting to be a little bit more reserved and like, okay, bro, there's fucking dragons out there. We need to be careful. And he was right. They went out and the dragons came straight away.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll have some kind of conflict between the two of them at some point. I mean, they're kind of building it like that. But again, they were building that toward Aegon and Aemon. And, I guess we kind of did get... Again, I don't know if anything else is going to happen between those two, but I mean, obviously, Aemon burning him in the sky like that was kind of crazy, dude. I mean, I wasn't shocked. I definitely wasn't shocked about it though. And this is when Rhaenyra returns, and this basically leads us into what we talked about already. This leads us right into Rhaenys taking Meleys, and we get the crazy epic battle, man. It's good episode.
Did I hype it up enough? Did I hype it up too much? Did you know going into this to expect a good episode and that the dragons would fight? And I think that's what we got.
Yeah, I figured. I figured. Like I'll be honest with you. The way you hyped it, I thought we were losing like 2 main characters probably, which we kind of sort of did. But then we find, but then we find out. Yeah, but then we do find out that Aegon was still alive. I guess.
But for how long? And what king can he be with now? With broken bones and all sorts of shit. So what's the point?
Yeah. But that's a good point. And then we lost 2 dragons. So two, and we'll call it 3.5. We lost 3.5. And Vhagar still got that huge rip in him, man. How's that gonna heal?
Vhagar is a tough old bird, bro. She's a tough old bird.
Who's slapping a band-aid on that thing, man? You gotta get a little peroxide or something. Because that was a nasty cut, dude. I like when they show Vhagar going through and he's just smashing his own troops. He's like, I don't care. That was pretty funny. I like
Daemon on Caraxes when he landed in the battle of the Crab Feeder, when the guy's shouting and proclaiming for King Daemon Targaryen, and then he gets crushed. You hyped it perfectly. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
And Umpty, the Inside the House Dragon talks about that a little bit. There you go.
I'm gonna watch it straight after this live.
Yeah, I'll probably try to watch it. I don't even know, dude. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
It didn't make any sense. He wasn't that fluent in High Valyrian. I fucking do
it. Yeah. So is that in the books? Did they say
in the books he doesn't read? Yeah. He's a lazy king. He's a pretender. He doesn't read. He doesn't research the histories. He's forced into the role.
He doesn't even know how to speak it really. Then he doesn't really understand it.
Not really. No.
So that whole conversation, he just doesn't really know. He probably knows key words he's saying, but I think So if you're saying it that way, then it makes me think that Aemon is just really making them look like an idiot then by speaking their common or what is it, their native tongue, or it'd be their native tongue, right?
Their native tongue, yeah.
Native tongue, and Aegon doesn't even know how to speak it. Yeah, I mean, if I had a guess, again, I do not know and don't confirm or deny. What I would foresee happening is Aemon is probably going to end up being king here at some point. Aegon's probably going to die, or he's just going to, or Aemon's just removing him, or something's going to happen. Again, there's going to be some type of conflict between those brothers again. I mean, Aegon is probably going to be like going crazy on Aemon at some point about why did you have Vhagar attack my dragon? So, I mean, I'm sure that's coming at some point. But yeah, I could definitely see that Aemon will probably end up taking the crown at some point. And but yeah,
but when we play a game of chess and I checkmate the king, we don't start a new game with a new king. You've got to understand that we're at war, and the king has now been severely damaged, and Rhaenyra is kind of, even though she's lost a dragon, kind of now on an upper footing, because people will now be thinking of Rhaenyra as queen, because the king isn't there, so Rhaenyra is the one that should be. So I think you're overlooking Rhaenyra a little bit by thinking about Aemon taking the throne. Maybe he doesn't want to take the throne. Maybe he's, it's an interesting conversation. Yeah, okay. There you go. Fidel says, I don't think
that's a good point. I mean, you're right. I mean, if the people in all these different houses look at it that way, you're right. I mean, maybe they all flock to Rhaenyra then. And maybe that's how things get evened out. Because
I'm not saying they do. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it's a good point. And actually, even Fidel disagrees with me. So there you go.
Yeah, just don't forget about Rhaenyra. Because Aemon technically is the heir to the Green Throne, but the Green Throne is illegitimate at its birthright anyway. So
yeah. So will we get Otto back soon? Do you think?
No comment.
Okay. I mean, I would imagine he's going to be coming back here.
I'm expecting to see him with Daeron, so that's my only thing I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. We got about 10 minutes or so. Would you want to? What do you give this episode then? 10.
Go. It's 10 out of 10 again.
I mean,
It made me
so
cry. I knew what was
yeah,
coming, but it still made me cry.
yeah. I mean, I'm assuming. I didn't. Let me check to see what chat says. 83% says a. And that had to be Blaze, right?
Probably.
Yeah. So
And
I
I
mean,
stand by it being 10 out of 10. I know that, coming out of my mouth, that isn't really the best thing because I love House of Dragon and Game of Thrones, but it paid off in every way. It really did. And I stand by my statement that this is probably the best episode of television history. I think this beats any of Game of Thrones episodes. I think it beats Battle of the Bastards.
see, that's what I was about to ask you. I was going to say, like, if you take the top 3 Game of Thrones episodes, which I don't know. I mean, it depends what you like, but if we're strictly going on battles or shock value scenes like Red Wedding, like Battle of the Bastards, like you said, I still really like the scene with Dany fighting the Lannisters with Drogon. I think that's a great scene when Bronn is using the Scorpion. I love that battle. I think it was great.
It's a great battle for Daenerys. But I would say a better episode than that would be the blowing up of the Sept. I think that is so well done.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the episode in a whole as well. Like not just the battle. Like Battle of Bastards was so good because so much happened.
See, I disagree with the Battle of the Bastards after rewatching it so many times. It's so fake. There's so many opportunities and so many times within that battle where Jon Snow would have been killed. And because he's the canon of the show, he's protected and kept alive through all this. And I've watched it literally 20 times. And I think it only gets worse the more I watch it because I see more things. And Battle of the Bastards has only ever gone down on my ranking after the first time watching it.
I love that episode.
It's a great episode. It just doesn't work. Jon Snow, like standing there like he was, the Calgary coming at him. It's shot perfectly, but he'd have been dead, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, but the horses get there right in time, right? I mean, a lot of close calls. I get it.
There is a lot of close calls, and he's very well protected as the main character of the show. Whereas, battles like this, there's death. Like everybody on the ground that was fighting was squished with dragons, pretty much. There's nobody alive at the end, apart from Cole and a few people.
Yeah. Fidel has a lot of questions for your live tomorrow.
Awesome.
What kind of questions?
Throw a couple of them out here.
Yeah. We got a few minutes. Give us a question.
So I'm going to give this 10 out of 10 because it delivered on every aspect that I said it was. I've been hyping it with my friends in my close circle that this would be the best episode of television history. I want to stand by that because we got to see the dragons actually fighting against each other. This is the Dance of Dragons at its best. House of the Dragon is what we've been waiting for. We knew that this was going to happen when we started this whole thing. It's been very well politically led, but now it needs to be battle and we need to see bloodshed. Do you see how that rhymes? That was very, very good.
And this is only like the first one, like the first dragon battle too.
We're halfway through the season right now.
Yeah, so I'm assuming we're getting more. So
yes, Fidel. Does the Battle of Rook's Rest mirror the battle in the book? Yes, pretty much to a T. Aemon landing in the woods the way he did. Cole awaking and being knocked out and trying to find him. Yes. Yeah. I was very surprised that it was very to the point.
Battle of was it? How do you spell it? Was it
Rook's Rest? ROOKS.
Like Rook, as in like
ROOKS. Rook.
so.
I know, boys. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the dragons. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. I'll feed you later.
See, I think this is where
Guys, if you want to help feed my dragons, press like on the stream, please.
So it says no. Bela does not participate in the battle at Rook's Rest.
I didn't think she did. I thought she was just flying back and forth as as a scout. You should stop searching now because you will spoil.
No, yeah, I'm done. But I just was just making sure. I don't know. I read something. So again, I think that kind of helped me in this episode because I mean, when Sunfire was getting destroyed, I kind of figured this was probably the scene they're doing that I knew about, but I didn't know going into the scene that was even going to happen. Even though Aegon was drunk on his dragon, I thought, back in my mind, I'm like, okay, maybe Baela comes out of nowhere to help or something. That's what I kept thinking. But yeah.
Yeah, so Vhagar was a surprise attack. Melees would have won if it wasn't for Vhagar. As you saw in the fight, Melees was very, very good against Sunfire. Very fast, very agile, very aggressive. Yeah. And then
again, it's like
it just can't be against Vhagar. She flies in against Vhagar and Vhagar grabs it with one arm, with one leg.
Yeah. It's funny because I don't want to know. I just don't want it to always be that going into a fight like that. I don't want to always think that the bigger dragon's always going to win because so far that's kind of what we've seen.
So the reason why Vhagar's been alive since the start.
I get it, but I get it. I get it.
But we're going to introduce bigger dragons. We're going to introduce Vermithor. We're going to introduce the Cannibal. We're going to introduce Sheep Stealer. There's going to be some bigger dragons coming.
Do you think they're going to be in the season though?
Vermithor, yes. And I don't want to give so I don't want to give anything away. I'm going to say we will see Vermithor this season. Yes. And we will see the other dragons that I just mentioned. I just don't know if we'll see them fight, but we will see them this season because there is a dragon seed lineup that has been happening, and the dragon seeds have to claim dragons, and they're the dragons that are unclaimed.
Because it was Sheep Stealer, it was Cannibal,
Ghost. What was it?
Isn't there Silverwing?
Silverwing, Sheep Stealer, and the Cannibal. And then Vermithor.
Yeah, who's Ghost?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember talking about Ghost. But you obviously don't have to tell us because I know it'd be a spoiler. So, yeah, this is good, dude. All right, so we only have a few minutes.
Grey Ghost.
Gray. Oh, you're right. Grey Ghost. You're right. I did talk about Grey Ghost. So who didn't I talk about then? Maybe I didn't talk about Silverwing.
Okay.
Maybe that
Silverwing was Alysanne's dragon. Vermithor. So you had old King Jaehaerys. He was on Vermithor. His wife Alysanne was on Silverwing.
I did talk about Oh, maybe. Okay. So I did talk about all of them. All of them were in that video. Okay. So I didn't forget anybody. Okay. All right. So I don't know what's going to be happening the next 3 Sundays. If I can get on, I definitely will let you know, Ryan. Obviously.
Yeah, please let me know. Yeah, because nothing's scheduled right now, is it? So let me know.
No, nothing is scheduled for me on Sunday until August 4th because I'm out of town.
I will be live on Sunday though.
It just depends. It just depends because the show drops at 6 p.m. On Sunday on the West Coast, and that's where I'll be for the next 3 Sundays. And I don't know. It's just I think it's going to be hard to be able to watch it. And it's just we'll see.
You can catch me live at the exact same time every Sunday, and if Headless is available, he can jump in and join us. How about that? Does that make that makes more sense?
Yeah. I mean, if I can sit here for an hour and talk about it, I will. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to play that by ear, but I'm definitely going to drop some type of reaction video. It probably will not even be edited. It'll just be me talking for a few minutes about the episode because I definitely want to put that content out.
Yeah, feel free to send me some voice notes or some stuff like that I can include on a Monday night or whatever, and you can have a voice still if you're still busy and whatever. You know what I mean? We can go to the Headless Corner and we can,
This Tuesday, we're going to be doing the breakdown for Acolyte, and that will be
Tuesday.
It'll be Tuesday because Wednesday I can't do it. So it'll be Tuesday after the episode. So what episode?
After Let's Chat with Veterans.
So that would be. Let's see. Let's Chat is on at. It's 9 Central, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 2 hours behind that. So it's 7.
What time does Acolyte come out?
Well, that's what time. So Acolyte comes out at 9 o'clock Eastern. So when you guys go live at 8. So you guys go live when Acolyte comes out. So yeah,
that's what usually happens. I watch it straight after Let's Chat. Yeah.
So maybe we can do it. It'll be later than we want, but I could probably do it at like 11. See, 11 o'clock is so late. What do I have?
I don't care when we go.
I know it's just I don't know how many viewers we'll get if we're doing it that late, but
Exactly.
I just can't. I can't. Yeah, I know I will not be able to do it.
If you weren't wearing that vest, I'd look down just like her, bro. But unfortunately, this isn't a Disney show, so you know.
So right now I have it scheduled for 8:45 p.m., which is 8:45 p.m. That doesn't make sense.
Fidel says SDCC will get in the way of me watching the episode.
Yeah,
I hear that. Bro, I'll be watching it. Don't you worry. I can always. The Mondays I will be there, as always. And the Sunday nights, I'll just probably jump on for like half an hour. Quick, instant reaction, review, and then just get out there. It'll give me more time to work on the slideshows.
If we do it at, let me think for a second. So 10 p.m. Central will be 11 p.m. Eastern, and that would be 8 o'clock for me. I could probably do that. But that's a whole hour. And Let's Chat is at 8 to 9. If we did it at 9:15, that would be. I'd rather do it at 9:15.
I could be in there at 9:05. Like I can be straight.
9:05?
I can be straight after Let's Chat.
Okay, so let's.
All I have to do is take everybody's name in the chat for the giveaway stuff, and then I'm out. I can be straight there.
So maybe we'll do it at 9:05 Central. That's right after. So for me, that would be like 6 p.m. That would actually be really good, because that would actually works really well. Because I know we'll get into the hotel probably like at 3:34 at the latest. And then I can basically just watch the episode and then we can just go. So it's just a matter of but the problem is when you're going to watch the episode. That's the only problem.
I've got Disney Plus, so as soon as it's up, I'll watch it. Like, it should be up at midnight for me, right?
Yeah, but how are you going to watch it if you're on Let's Chat?
I'm not on Let's Chat till 2 a.m. So if it's up at midnight, I've got 2 hours to watch it till I go on Let's Chat.
You get it earlier than we do?
I get it at midnight. I get it on midnight the day that it's released.
So you get it at midnight when I get it at 7 p.m.
My Disney Plus updates at midnight. All new shows, whatever it is, new episodes of new shows that come out on that day, they update at midnight.
Okay. Well, as long as you can watch it before, obviously, because if not, we'll have to push it. We'll have to push it back to like 9:45 or something.
9:07. I only need to watch the last 5 minutes, bro.
Last 5 minutes of what? Acolyte?
Of Acolyte.
You'll save yourself a ton of pain.
I only need to watch the last 5 minutes and we can have a good conversation about it. I don't need to watch Soul pretending to talk for 35 minutes and then say, I will tell you next week about the fire. No.
If we don't get a flashback episode, dude, I don't know what we're talking about.
I'm done. If we don't get a flashback episode, I'm not watching the finale. I'm done.
Or
we're halfway through House of the Dragon and look what's just happened. And we still haven't got an answer in Acolyte 6 episodes in.
Yeah. I know. Whatever. That's the difference between Disney and HBO, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, good chat. If I can pop in tomorrow, I will. If not, have a good live tomorrow. Yeah. I'm gonna try to watch that. It's so hard, dude.
Like I know you're on vacation, so I do not expect you to at all.
Yeah, like today we drove it was about 11 hours we drove.
I saw your vlogs. If anyone hasn't seen them, check them out on Headless' channel. He did some little vlogs on his channel with him traveling in the car.
Yeah, we'll do some vlog videos because I just can't spend hours and hours editing on vacation. My wife will kill me. But I do have a video. I
want to see the beach. I want to see the waves.
I know, right? And the pool and the slot machines and all that good stuff. So, but I do have a video coming out tomorrow. And then I've scheduled that one already, and I made another video that's coming out next Monday that I spent way too much time on. and it's I don't know. I'm curious to see how it's gonna do, because it's about Dany and in Game of Thrones and her travels. It took me a long time, dude.
Okay.
When you see it, you'll know right away. It took me a long time just because of what you see on screen, but it took me a long time. But
Fidel asks, when am I going to make it out to SDCC? But that's the dream.
Yeah,
it's money, bro. It's this, instead of going to SDCC this year, which I tell myself that instead of going there, I'm going here instead. But instead of going to SDCC, I'm going to the Game of Thrones studio tour in Ireland, which is on the same week as Ireland Comic Con, where I'll be meeting wrestlers and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be a good weekend and a good week for me. But SDCC would be fantastic.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I want to have my first time in America be such a chaotic experience. I would like to maybe explore New York itself and have fun in New York, and then maybe come back again to do a Comic-Con, being familiar with the city a little bit more. Just something like that, because going the first time, I'm going to be overwhelmed, and then having to stand in a queue for 9 hours when I could be going up the Empire State Building, I'm going to be questioning my logical ideas of why I'm doing and what I'm doing when I'm here. So I don't want my first time to be standing in queues for 12 hours. Do you know what I mean? Remember
SDCC San Diego, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking like New York. Yeah.
New York Comic-Con. Yeah.
But still, I don't want to be standing in queues on my first time in that kind of area. Like, if I ever went to San Diego, I wouldn't want to be inside a building and not outside exploring what San Diego looks like. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the thing with San Diego Comic-Con. There's things everywhere. It's everywhere. Yeah, I totally understand. I mean, the first time we went to San Diego,
I've got three days in America, and I'm standing in a queue for one of them.
Yeah,
I'm being stupid, aren't I?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
will one day, bro. One day, bro. Just keep liking the stream, coming up to the streams and commenting, and one day we'll make it big, and I'll just be able to fly out. Good Mexican food. Yeah, Taco Bell's not that good.
Fidel, what's the name of that restaurant? It's like
McDonald's.
It's right across the street from the convention center. It's kind of like by Hall. Might be D or E. It's on the main street that gets shut down. It's like right there. It's kind of over by like where the Hilton is. Which Hilton is that though? I know there's the Omni and so you have the Omni and Hard Rock across from one another. And then on the other side of the street, there's that restaurant right there. And I think the Hilton's on the opposite side of it. What is the name of that restaurant right there? Because I love going there. That place is awesome. I cannot remember the name of that restaurant. But I don't know. We can meet up there and have a drink though, for sure. So I know
one day I'll be there.
Yeah, we weren't able to connect last year at SDCC. But
I think SDCC, if it's the same time as this next year, again, might be a bit too much for me, because I have Dragon Con in Germany in March. That's already confirmed that I'm going to that.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part too, because Lou and Mickey's. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, I like going there. They have
because I'd love you to come to Germany if you could make it. That'd be such a good event to go do Dragon Con. I think we're going to get a massive cast of House of the Dragon people going to it. It's in a German castle.
Yeah. The hardest thing with San Diego Comic-Con is that, like, literally, dude, the tickets will go on sale in like November or December. So you have to like know what you're doing 8 months from now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the way they do it. The tickets go on sale like in November, and literally have to you just have to plan to go. And
yeah, this is the same with the Dragon Con. I've had it planned for over 12 months. Yeah.
Did those tickets already go on sale?
Yeah.
Oh, do you already get them?
Yeah. 89 euros.
How much?
89 euros.
For what? Is that for one day?
No, for the 2 days.
That's for 2 days. How many days is it?
It's a 3-day event, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Is it two? No, it's a 2-day event.
No, it's only 2 days.
Yeah, it's a Saturday and a Sunday, I believe, in a castle in Germany.
Oh, in a castle. That's right.
Yeah, it's all very different, because you can't take. It's a very weird note, but you can't take any digital things. Everything has to be printed out. Your ticket has to be printed out. Your autograph things have to be printed out. Your photograph things that you buy have to be printed out. You can't take your phone to scan everything.
Really?
Yeah, it was very, very weird. It said that everything must be printed out.
Huh? I wonder why.
I don't know. Maybe because the castle hasn't got Wi-Fi. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. It could. That'd be that. Yeah, dude, you have to take some really good video for that, man.
Bro, I'm vlogging the whole fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Flights, everything. It's all getting vlogged.
Damn, go on
vacation. I am doing.
Bro, I'm just sitting here in.
Blaze likes to be a troll.
Springfield, Missouri, at the Holiday Inn Express. I got my wife sleeping on one side of the bed. Mandy's over here sleeping on the other side of the bed.
I don't know if I take that as a compliment or Doreen trying to sleep listening to my voice. I'm bored her to sleep.
I mean, we have game with it. We have House Light Dragon on right now. It's really low. You can't hear it.
Yeah.
But
stay off YouTube, damn nerd.
Dude,
stay off Fortnite, bro.
Tacos El Gordo. Which one is what's the taco joint that is part of? I want to say is it Grand Manchester, or maybe it's the other hotel next to it. It's like kind of like there's like a patio in the back over there. It's either a Grand Manchester. I'm trying to think what the hotel before that is for the convention center. But that's another place we like to go for like lunch. It's always busy though, man. It's sometimes it's so hard to get a seat at the bar or whatever. But yeah, it's a good Mexican joint too. Yeah, there's a Grand Master. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we stayed there last year. It was a nice hotel, man. I'll tell you what though, dude, because we stayed there, I feel like we never really went to Gaslamp because it's just so much further than you think. Like by the time you get done walking from the convention center all the way down the same street down to your hotel, it's like we were just trying to find things to do that was closer. I didn't want to have to walk all the way back. And I feel like we own. Yeah, and I know we did that once. But like it's just like the walking is just there's so much walking. It's all walking, and by the time you get up, you clean up, you take a shower, you do whatever. Then you're like, let's go to dinner. I'm like, oh, you want to go to Gaslamp? She's like, can we just go somewhere around? Like that's a lot closer. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But this year we're staying at the Hilton across the street, so we're right back in the thick of the Gaslamp.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot different trip this year. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to get these fun day tickets. I'm working with this one guy right now. I told him I'm waiting for him to respond because I told him like you need to contact Funko because I'm not buying these tickets for that much money if there's absolutely no guarantee that I'm getting in. Like I don't know. I mean, everyone I've talked to is like they're not going to check IDs. You're going to show them the QR code on your phone and they're going to let you in. And that's exactly what happened last year. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I mean,
if you spend hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars and then you do get checked at the door.
I know that's why I'm just kind of waiting. I'm waiting it out to see what this dude says because I told him to contact Funko and we came up with this longest excuse to why he wants to change them. And I don't exactly know what he did. I told him what I thought was a good excuse. So he's just waiting. So I'm hoping that maybe he'll get a hold of me tomorrow. I mean, because he sent the email on what was this? It was I think it was Wednesday. So obviously we knew they were going to get back to us on the July 4th, then July 5th, and then the 6th and 7th are the weekend. So maybe we're hoping tomorrow because I would like to just be done with trying to figure this out. I don't know. These people that are trying to sell these tickets for like $1,000, $1,500 each. They're never going to get it. Like I don't know what they're doing.
The closer it gets to the day, people will panic buy.
But dude, no one's buying them for that much money right now. There's one up
until
on
the
eBay
day before, and then it's the last opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. The longer you wait, the better chance you'll have a better price. But again, there's still that risk unless you know, because like right now there's 2 tickets available. I don't know what day it is, but and there's bids on it, but it's at like 1,000 for 2 tickets. So you're still talking, that's still like double. You're still doubling your money on that. Even if you sell them for $1,000 for 2 tickets, you're still doubling what you pay, more than double. Obviously there's PayPal fees and all that, but I don't know. It really depends because I know how much money you can get back if you do it right. So I have a number in my head that I'm willing to pay, and that Doreen has kind of given me the okay on, because I know I kind of know from last year how much stuff we got, what I ended up selling, what I am keeping. So I have an idea, but we'll see. Again, I don't really want to buy him without the guarantee, though. That's the hardest part. So
yeah.
but all right, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for watching. Again, Ryan will be live tomorrow over on his channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern, right?
1 a.m. UK.
Yeah. So 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 1 a.m. In the UK. All right, Ryan,
Longest
thank you.
Stream, guys. Yeah, just let you know, tomorrow night is going to be our longest stream. I reached out to some people for some inspiration and some ideas to, make it better. So we've got some games. Brush up on your quotes of people in the episode, because we're going to have whose quote is this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be fun. And yeah, we're probably going to go 3 hours. So get some popcorn, get some drinks, and come learn some more about this episode. I'm going to have my tissues ready because I don't want to have to relive all that again, and I'm going to have to do the slideshow.
Yeah, and it's and we'll definitely do some kind of Kahoot or something like that after the whole series.
Always.
I think and we'll the content won't end with the finale. We'll probably run this House of Dragons.
I doubt it. 3 hours, Blaze. Don't tease me. Don't tempt me with a good time, because I'll go 5 hours and talk about House of the Dragon. I think I worry about my guests each week because I feel like I overload them with too much information and they're still there 3 hours later. But people love it and they love coming back. So yeah, I'm going 3 hours on Monday night, whether people like it or not.
There you go. All right. Yeah, and just know the content won't end in August. We'll be talking about this
Rings of Power
for a while, and then we got Rings of Power coming too soon. So that's what we'll kind of transition into. But we'll definitely do. We'll probably do a tier listing for the characters for season 2. We'll probably do a Kahoot. We'll do a giveaway for that. I got the next channel membership giveaway in August. Guys, don't forget, I'm going to SDCC. Whoever wins the channel membership in August, it's going to be something from SDCC. It's going to be some type of an exclusive. I just got to see what they got. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for the giveaway for August. So check out channel memberships. All right. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Don't forget, stay milky.
Rest in peace,
those
Rings.
heads on. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace. See you guys.